Hi guys, do you know what day it is? Do you know what fucking day it is? Another video. And today we are seeing another video. Yes we are. I enjoy doing these and stuff like that. But today we actually seen a video from a channel that I've already pretty much seen at regarding Monster Hunter. Yeah, I know there's gonna be some haters out there because they were hating me. I'm back on the other video, jumping the bandwagon about modding and cheating. Yeah, okay. So this channel basically exposed a girl pretend to be blindfolded and stuff like that, and I had my take on that, and I said these people are attacking this girl. Yes, she's the dumb for doing all this, and there was simps and that, but the Monster Hunter community start attacking her, and I said to you, why are these people attacking her for cheating if they cheating themselves? The irony, right? The deflection, right? And all this, when I bring out narcissist, because they come off as a narcissist when I discuss about modding and cheating. And it's not really a big deal of how I bring it out, it is and that. And then I mention a certain country, and it gets even more defensive. It is. On a personal note. But today, I am going to be seeing a video called Monster Hunter, A Cheating Problem. And it's from Carl, our beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous, Carl. It is. So let's see what he's digged up and stuff like that, because I feel like I'm the only one that's not using cheats, not using mods, regarding Monster Hunter itself. And the thumbnail tells it all as well.
You absolute legends. In 2023, the Monster Hunter World speedrunning community began to witness something astonishing.
Okay, I take that off. What the hell? With Kyle just saying speedrun community, Monster Hunter speedrun community, you forgot to say mod and maybe cheat. I mentioned this a number of times before we get into the video. I have been in so many hunts. I played Monster Hunter World for years on the PlayStation 4 and then on the PlayStation 5. It is. And yes, there was cheaters coming through on PlayStation 4. But PC people were deflecting because they said, oh, not everybody on PC cheats. And I'm like, that's a funny fucking statement to say. Like, come on, dude. That's a funny statement to say. But I do feel like I'm the only one that's not using mods and cheats. Why? They're trying to make it easy for themselves, where the game is supposed to be being made for me to experience different kinds of armor, different kinds of weapons, and experience how tough it can really be to fight these monsters, and not basically do a main monster in 3 minutes. Sorry, I just get over it.
A Chinese speedrunner known as Bad Cat started to dominate the game in a way that no one had ever seen.
Okay. Besides America, where I mentioned about in the other video, because that's who I come across as an interaction with, and they are modders and cheaters, so it makes a bad example. I have seen some foreign speedrunners, like Chinese writing and stuff like that, in thumbnails and writing, and I haven't got a fucking clue what they say, but I do see the number and I know that's suspicious about that one. See, people tell me that I should shut up about cheats and mods, It is. But deep down, like I said, I might have a lot of deep words to say itself regarding it. But let's see what Carl is cooking.
They were crushing world records left and right. It seemed like every few days they would upload a new world record, and there was no monster they could...
Wait. That's funny! That's it! That's what I was talking about! Look at these fucking times! They are not speedruns! You see these with the American and also the foreign things. The speedrun's just a modded piece of shit. I've said this before. Get a group of people, no mods, no cheats, and just speedrun. And I guarantee you it'll be the closest speedrun is. Probably one about 10 minutes at least. Because every hunt I go on, it's at least 10 to 20 minutes a hunt, no matter what build. And I'm hoping he actually discusses the fact they show the builds at the side on what actually builds they have, and having these 4-minute runs.
Completely dominate. This shouldn't really happen, at least not in Monster Hunter. This is because, as is true for many games when it comes to speedrunning, Monster Hunter is very luck dependent. Yes, in order to achieve world records you need a lot of skill and a lot of knowledge about the game, but you also need the monsters to cooperate. Monster behavior is random, and certain monster actions allow you to use more optimal strategies.
Thank you! Every game is random. Every game is random. It is. And I still believe there is a mod and cheat out there that tampers with the actual monster behavior or something down the line. There's too many cheats and mods. There's thousands. And all you get is, well, you know, don't go in public hunts. But that's not the problem. I said to you all, I told you all, if you put this kind of on YouTube, you're going to get noticed. That's why I said, don't put mods and cheats on YouTube. Do it in your own time. Do it in your own way, when no one can see and shit and enjoy and have some fun with that, you know. But people these days want to go in public hunts. These days, what people want to make, wow, I want to make a YouTube video regarding it. And all the people like kind of simping for these people. But then I thought, well, they doing the same. So they're going to support those people because they're doing the same. And if I get any stupid in the comments, because I will, and I always will get stupid people in the comments. RNG, Jules, and all this kind, there's too much. I am starting to believe that what Capcom's going to do. And I can't blame them, because they won't be making the money it is. But it doesn't mean I'm taking their side as a corporate bullshitter, you know, because Capcom is, you know, but I'm taking the side of Monster Hunter because it has no value. Monster Hunter has no value than what it used to be.
If you get lucky and the monster chooses favourable actions, you can do damage quicker and kill them faster.
That's right.
Normally, players would need to grind monsters for a long time to get the best luck, but not this speedrunner. This force from the east would get optimal luck.
From there, I could say now it's modded, because look at the late armor you got. What the fuck's that?
extremely quickly, far quicker than anyone else, and they were accumulating a world record tally that was unbelievable. The other speedrunners felt like this shouldn't be possible, but just saying that someone is getting too lucky isn't really good enough. Unless, of course, the odds...
Okay, that is actually really making me pissed off. Because you know me on this channel, I love Ray J, I love the monkey. You know, we hear me. That really is pissing me off because I know that's stuck. That is literally stuck. It would have been racing around like fucking menace. This is the problem. This is a huge problem. And you know what's going to happen? Not you. You know what I'm going to say. You know what I'm going to say. But I'm just trying to stay calm. See what he has to say about it.
Are stupidly unrealistic. However, the real truth would soon be revealed when another speedrunner noticed that one of the monsters did something that shouldn't be possible. This wasn't an instance of monster behavior that was just unlikely.
This is actually making me agitated. And maybe the other speedrunner could possibly cheating too. Because this is what they also do as well. If they spot another speedrunner doing something, they frighten me in case they get exposed themselves. It's the same as the Monster Hunter community. Like, legit. It's the same as the female that was faking the blindfolded situation. And it's nothing but narcissists in the community now. And there is YouTube channels out there that use the mods for fun. Because modding, what I've kind of learned for the experience, they used it for UI, they used it to customize the monsters and different elements and that. I said, yeah, I like that. You know, I've said it myself, even White Fatalis. And in their mind, that's the Monster Hunter community. They blindside people about the negative parts because they don't want anybody to know about that. Me, I want to know about that so I can avoid that if I was in a situation. It is. So please, Carl, enlighten us because I think I'm the only one on YouTube that has a problem with modding and cheating because it's gone a bit too far.
This was something no one else had ever seen before, not once in the history of the game. And sure enough, when experts checked the game files and examined the code, it was confirmed. This particular action at...
Oh my fucking god. Seeing that is actually horrified me. And you fuckers out there, what's the build? What's the build? What's the build? Next minute will be immortal. Looks like they already fucking immortal. Told you. No, but all serious though. What the actual fuck? It's a game. It's for entertainment purposes, to experience, to have a beautiful, wonderful experience in Monster Hunter. I played World since it got released. I think that was 2018. You know, I think it was 2018. I gotta look it up, but I lost track of how long I've played for. I never thought I would play for Rise for that long. But people are getting defensive. They get the masks is falling off. It's 2024. Masks are falling off. If Capcom wants to restart the Monster Hunter community, they will. They don't care if they are going to get shit on if they stop mod support. Because they will reattract people to buy the game, it won't be over and, oh, the life cycle of the game is over because, we can't mod the game. I've heard that too. But this is next level bullshit for me because I didn't know about this. I knew about there was some kind of tampering, but obviously I wasn't going to jump to conclusions for something I didn't know, if you get my drift.
This particular time wasn't possible. It was clear that this speedrunner was modifying the game and changing the way that monsters behave in order to kill them faster. After they were exposed, the speedrunner stopped uploading runs, but on their very last upload, the title was different from the others. It now revealed the truth, that it was tool-assisted. Monster Hunter has a cheating problem, and over the past several months, a slew of speedrunners have been exposed as hacking the game to get unrealistic monster behavior. And what's worse is that they are racking up millions of views with unaware viewers that believe their achievements are completely real.
Maybe you should look into another country as well, with them kind as well. Because they are getting a bit too far too. But you know what? You might not need to do that. This video proves everything. I'm telling you this now. Modding and cheating, it got a lot worse. And all it was, and I guarantee you, I'll tell you this, because I've been on Discord, I was on the PC version of Monster Hunter World, not using the mods, and I got bullied for that, and I said, fuck you, I'll play the wherever I want. They were demanding me to put these mods in, to be a better hunter. I says, that's not how the game works. The game works is basically you learn, you experience, you craft, and all this kind. People do that, they're too lazy. They got too lazy. And if Monster Hunter does do the impossible and saying, you know what, we're not getting any money out of this. Bye-bye. So, I guarantee you, some 30 to 40-year-old PC fuckers is going to act like a 6-year-old, have a massive tantrum because you can't play the game how you buy it. I guarantee you that. And these are the people that would tell casuals and beginners you're bad at the game. I was told that I was bad at the game. And I found out they put piles of mods and cheats. And they were a speedrunner. I'm not going to mention any names. But I was told that maybe you should play the game better. And I found out they were piling mods. And I said, I'm done. I'm going to console.
In this video, we will take a look at how speedrunners are cheating their way into Monster Hunter fame and earning a pretty penny while doing it. I really hope you enjoy. RNG is a variable that gamers have to deal with in almost every... It's the very thing that drives enemy behavior in order to achieve a more unpredictable and interesting gaming experience. In speedrunning, enemy behavior is almost always one of the most impactful variables. We need enemies to do certain things at certain times in order to get things done in the quickest time. And in a game like Monster Hunter, monster behavior is almost everything. That's because the entire game revolves around fighting monsters. In Monster Hunter, players begin quests which involve slaying a particular monster. Once the monster is slayed and the quest is completed, the game shows your completion time. It's this in-game timer that speedrunners and the general community...
That's not real. That's not real. No, that's not real. Have you fought a fucking unicorn? I call it the unicorn. My Little Pony unicorn. Have you... The way it gallops round and the lightning strikes is so deadly. I don't care if you have thunder resisting. That shit will shock you and leave you like, ugh, on the ground. It was one of the toughest. For me, it was one of the toughest. But I loved its raw and that, that sound it makes. when it's riding along. And then in the story, you see Monkey get involved, and I love this. I says the two, and it just rips the horn off. Spoiler, sorry, but the game's been out for years. But he rips the horn out and just eats it like a snack. I'm like, yeah, that's me stealing my buddy's chocolate.
Used to time their runs. Speedrunning Monster Hunter involves a lot of planning. Players theorize and craft special builds and try to plan out as best they can which skills and buffs they will implement and in what order. Players also need to plan when and where they will deal damage to fully take advantage of in-game mechanics. Each monster has unique damage thresholds that allow you to stun, stagger, or knock them down. And doing these at the optimal time will give you the greatest amount of control over the monster so you can continue to do as much damage as possible. This requires a lot of calculation, and runners spend a lot of time planning which attacks to use, when to use them, and which areas of the monsters to target. This is called scripting, and players will try to script as much of each fight as they can. However,
this is what script, to me, shouldn't exist. No script should exist. Only the script that should be will be provided with the game when you fight the monster. That's why I'm getting probably 10 to 20 minutes maximum nearly every single fucking hunt. poking the bull with a stick, and they wearing red. It's gone too far, and the bull's gonna turn and ram its horns in them. And when it does, it's gonna impact the Monster Hunter community in a bad way because of repetition, but in a good way at the same time to clean the pool and bring in casuals that want to experience. They want to experience a game. They don't want wannabe veterans to tell people what to do, on do this, and the irony behind it is you've got fucking mods and that cheats, that matter. And I never classified as modern as cheating all the time. Things changed for me, okay, because it was Monster Hunter World Experience that changed it.
As monsters become stronger and the fights grow longer, this adds more and more RNG into the mix. Yes. Obviously, if a fight is longer, a monster will execute more actions, and because each action is random, things become less and less predictable. And this is especially important because some actions are more beneficial.
Did he just say unpredictable? Hear that word?
And runners spend a lot of time planning which attacks to use, when to use them, and which areas of the monsters to target. This is called scripting, and players will try to script as much of each fight as they can. However, as monsters become stronger and the fights grow longer, this adds more and more RNG into the mix. Obviously, if a fight is longer, a monster will execute more actions, and because each action is random, things become less and less predictable. And this is
because it's an unpredictable game. That's what Monster World or Monster Hunter game is. Unpredictable. I'm telling you this now. There was just a few mods. UI, changing the appearance of the monster, the element, adding monsters to the mix. I saw a video when there was 5 monkeys in one. I says, that should be the hunt, an actual hunt, you know. But it was a modded hunt. But these certain people who use them put it in the title, which I think is a good idea to do, to let people know it is. But there is them certain people that I'm on the fucking radar with. It's basically the people that go into a late monster hunt down Alatreon, yeah, I call it Alatreon, I have nicknames for it, or Fatalis in 8 minutes, like so, and then they show a build, and it's just not, looks like normal parts, normal jewels, and it doesn't work the same way. It doesn't work the same. I call them scams. I call them scams in Monster Hunter, because casuals is going to come in, see these and say, oh, okay, I want to do that. I want to get that build. And they get the weapon, they get the armor, they get the jewels, and they're not doing the same. But they don't speak out about it, they just move on. Me, I put too much in. I've put too much time in because Monster Hunter helped with my mental health. It did. It's a game that helped with my mental health, and it was a very bad time for me. So that's why I have this privilege, and spineless people, overly toxic people, are ruining this game. They ruin the reputation, and I'm really glad you made this video, because I thought I was the only one that's like, don't play actually mods and cheats. I've never touched them, and I never will. It's not fair. It's not fair on how the game is being made. If it's the game's to whip your ass and tell you that you can't do this, then what do? You learn. And you learn a good way. I mean, I couldn't say a lot of words regarding the armor. Monster Hunter helped me to read the armor piece, because the weird armor pieces, Monster Hunter learned me on materials, what materials to get together. It's kind of like an education game. If you really put out there, it's not just to entertain with wild, goofy hunts as well. It's actually education as well. It gives you that knowledge on, it's a fire monster. What do? Use water or ice, something like that. It's a dragon element. You need dragon element to kill it. It gets in your mindset. It's the function of the mindset of this. And this is why I have this problem with mods and cheats. And I get people in the chat being defensive, coming off as a narcissist, and they are ruining the game for everybody. They ruin the game for everybody like it is.
Especially important because some actions are more beneficial than others. Some attacks don't require you to dodge or move around as much, and thus you can keep attacking and doing damage. The best Monster Hunter speedrunners have fights down to a science, and they know the best ways to punish any particular move a monster does. But because each move is punishable by a different amount, getting lucky is going to help you kill the monster quicker, and getting unlucky can completely destroy any chances of a new record. For example,
I know how to punish the monsters. That's why you hear me say, sit your ass down, you motherfucker. It's a thing on my channel I have, and you should see the sticky, with the ridge here. Oh, God. This is what makes me enjoy Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter game, I had a lot of depression problems, and Monster Hunter helped with that to keep my mind focused. I had a lot of mental health problems, but now what I see is people with mental health problems causing chaotic, let's just say that, in a game. And casuals, where's the casuals for this game? You tell me, where's the casuals? Where are they at? you know, speedrunning was okay at first, and then it just got too far. But I don't like when they show the builds at the end, because that is not the builds. And that's how you can tell it's a modded speedrun. And when it's a modded speedrun, that means those builds is scams. They'll do high damage, but you'll never get 4 minutes or anything like that with, you know, a end monster.
When fighting against the monster Alatreon, which you will remember from my videos looking at Queen
Oh god, no.
Lot's fake blindfold runs, when using the heavy bow gun, runners hope that the monster does the lightning rain attack as much as possible. During this attack, the runner can continue to spam attacks and they don't need to move. One runner that got particularly lucky with Alatreon was a runner known as Deva. Deva is certainly one of the most well-known Monster Hunter speedrunners in the entire world, and have used their speedruns to help build a modestly successful YouTube channel, boasting over...
I kind of like their channel, but a lot of that, they use mods. They use mods in that because a lot of builds they put out don't do the damage that they do. And I thought it had to do with my stuff. Like, my stuff and everything. But it turns out it wasn't. It's how much damage it actually does, and it didn't do as much damage, and that was one of the builds. I'm not going to say what video or anything, but I can tell you there's still some good content on this channel. I still watch it now and again, but not as much now. Not as much, because you did a lot of guidance videos too.
70,000 subscribers and tens of millions of channel views. Deva is a really good speedrunner. On their About section, they claim over 50 speedrunning world records. And according to Deva himself, he is the #1 speedrunner in the world.
And now, right now, in the position I am, I have no one to look up to. Like, I don't, sadly. Oh. And that's bad, because you can't improve anymore. Like, you can't improve if you don't have anyone to look up to.
Deva was well known in the speedrunning community for his lucky runs, and on his Alatreon runs especially, it was unbelievable how well behaved the monster seemed to be. For the past several years, Deva was light years ahead of the other speedrunners, beating Alatreon much faster than anyone else ever had. On his 2 fastest runs, Alatreon's behavior throughout the entire fight was almost identical, and Alatreon was spamming lightning rain more than anyone else had ever experienced. More specifically, and what's noteworthy, is that Alatreon did the lightning rain move twice in a row, which seemed to be particularly rare. The speedrunner Juzzy decided to look into these runs because they just seemed a bit suspicious.
Yes.
He asked other speedrunners if they had ever seen Alatreon use lightning rain twice in a row, and the answer was always no. No one else had ever seen it. True.
Modded run. I told you. Modded speedruns. There's never a legit speedrun. I want to see a non-cheat, non-modded speedruns. And I think that's what we need to see. Just to see how much they can cope and how fast. Do you realize how great it would be, and the tension of the hunts? Because you know they won't be modding and cheating. But you notice it's a lot of PC. It's a lot of PC people. I mean, there's a YouTuber out there deflecting the blame on PS4 people because they were one-shotting the monster. Yeah, that was fucking going on, and it ruined a lot of experience for me. It is. But the bottom line is, deflection's a thing as well when it comes to these fuckers. There's some high-up YouTubers as well. I guarantee you, if you look further into these people, I guarantee you, you won't just see modded speedruns. You'll see some humanity levels of overly powered situations and say, this is the build. Doesn't work. That's why I did one build video on my channel. It's still there. You can take it. And it's a legit build. It is a legit build, because that's probably the only build you need to get halfway through the game.
Truthfully, no one else even thought it was possible for Alatreon to do this, and yet Deva had it happen multiple times. Jozzy then asked someone from the Monster Hunter modding community to look into the game's code, specifically the probabilities that govern Alatreon's behavior. And as it turns out, it should be literally impossible for Alatreon to do this move twice in a row. Jozzy confronted Deva about this, and initially, Deva completely denied it. But
why did he do it, though? Why did he do it? Because they can't play the game how it's being made. Oh, I'm sorry for triggering you assholes. Why? Just play the damn game as how it's being made. People want to see that. People want to see that. That's why the only videos of Monster Hunter I really watch, because the goofy and stuff is the experiences or the first time experiences. And you see them and they faint after faint after faint, you know, and there's a bunch of memes goes into it and stuff like that. That's Monster Hunter to me, because you're having a group of people, you're having fun, kicking a day, because life is pretty tough right now, you know. I've watched YouTube videos from these, and it was like 4 years ago. I'm like, wow, 4 years ago. Lies, manipulation, narcissist behavior. It's sucking the soul out of Monster Hunter. This veterans stuff. These wannabe scammy builds. They want to see legit builds to get you through the game. Oh, this is the meta, but only people who cheat and mod actually watch those ones, because they know they're cheating themselves. So they're going to support that channel and say there's nothing wrong with it. Like so. Outsider in, who doesn't cheat, they don't speak up. They don't speak up, they just move on to another game. It is. But when there's somebody like me, and I don't know how many are out there, I would like to see in the comments how many out there that have never ever cheated and modded in Monster Hunter. But you know, highly likely, they would lie too. But, you know, my biggest problem, because what's your beef? Why you stop talking about it? Yes, I've been told to stop talking about cheats and mods, and I'm not. Fuck you. I'm just gonna continue what I do. And if you don't like it, tough. But I'm glad Carl is getting onto this, because I think with Wilds coming out as well, it's gonna be a pretty good combo with this. But they got rid of the timer in Wilds. They said there's gonna be no timer at all. Bit of justice there. But you know what they'll do? Because see, that delusional, they'll probably mod a clock in their fucking game. I guarantee you it. Not giving them any ideas. I can see it. You can read it like a book.
After learning that Jozzy was about to go public with a video exposing Deva's cheating, he confessed to changing the enemy's AI in order to get faster speedruns.
There is so-called THK files, which basically alter the percentage of...
But this is the guy that shows builds. He shows the builds. They don't work. They don't work. Why is he showing builds? Here's a question. Why are you showing builds if you're doing all this scripted, all this shit? All this bullshit. Why are you doing all that and then saying this is the build I used? I'm sorry, it's not gonna work. if you don't use cheats and mods, but you don't say in the video. You check the videos. They don't say modded speedrun, modded build, modded nothing. They don't say anything, and I think it's a definition of a scam. It's a scam. And people are falling for it, and I am getting sick and tired of fucking stupid people. Excuse my language again. But I don't care at this point. It's getting exhaustion. I love Monster Hunter, and it needs a reputation to go into wilds, knowing the fact that we're gonna have a good reputation with this game, and not people say, oh, the life cycle of the game's gone, modders kept the community going. No, I don't want to hear that. I want Capcom to say in 20 years' time, we bringing some DLC in. Oh, well, okay. Maybe some event runs. But yeah, he's one of the examples that puts builds out there. They don't work. They don't work. They do high damage. They do high damage and stuff like that, but they don't work. They don't work at all in the way. But now EA says he's putting scripts in. Man, they're really making people out to be a mug with these builds. Man, I think Monster Hunter needs a refreshing, clean slate before Wilds comes in. Like, come on, because Wilds is gonna be a big, massive entry, and I'm telling you this now, the demo will be, I think it's gonna be out next month, but I don't know, they're gonna be covering stuff as well, and I think about the modern cheating is too. What are they gonna do about that? So we'll see.
Certain moves, and that has been used in my Alatreon on the charge blade run, which had like a higher percentage to increase the lightning attacks.
But what's interesting is that Deva claimed that hacking the game to do this isn't wrong. According to Deva, it's not cheating if he changes enemy behavior because his speedruns are just for content and aren't competitive.
No. You shouldn't be making videos at all. You're manipulating. Okay, here's a kicker for you. People are being attacking Mr. Beast for faking his videos, manipulating children and all this kind. What is the Monster Hunter community doing with this? What is these channels doing with this shit? Manipulation, coming off as a narcissist, sucking the soul life, making a fool out of everybody. Why can you not just do builds without no mods? Mods and cheating. It's gone too far. Mods and cheats were never this too much. They were never this too much. They were always there and they will always be there. But moderation was the key. When it gets too far and goes to next to the casuals, they will step up. They will step up and you will be stepped on because you won't admit that you're ruining the game for other people even though you have. And there's modders out there, don't get me wrong, if you want to play Monster Hunter and customize every monster to a Cartoon Network character. This is just popping in my mind because, you think this stuff, and have yourself like Popeye with a giant massive sword, probably something out there on that. Go ahead, go all ham. The problem is, they won't put in the titles or anything, because YouTube will just rip them out. And Capcom are like, as well. They've been making money out of this. And I thought I was the only one seeing this happen. I said, nah, I'm just seeing shit. I'm seeing shit. And then I see it more and more and more. And then I see channels that use mods for fun in private, but they make a video about it and say Mod Hunt. You'll probably know the channel because I love that channel. It's so funny and goofy and stuff. But there is a lot of channels out there that overshadow and people suck the dicks off, let's just say that. And I'm telling you this now, I realized they're not just sucking the dicks, it's because they're doing it themselves. They get in the community based on modding and cheating, and I don't see any casuals. Where's the casuals gone? Because it was a rise peak in Monster Hunter World. Where's the casuals? Where's the people that wanted to learn? They've gone. Because they know for a fact of what's gone on and they're changing games. And the reputation of Monster Hunter is going to be tarnished as this modern bullshitter.
In my opinion, there is nothing wrong with it. It's RNG. It's RNG manipulation, just like everything.
No, because you probably put something in RNG as well to get those jewels, them attack 4 jewels as well. That people, because I saw those comments at that time. How do you get attack boost 4 so many? What do you reply with? Oh, don't worry about it. You don't need it. And I've seen a lot of channels, not just this one, but a lot of channels say this. You gaslight the situation. You gaslight the whole situation altogether. Just because you're on the case. Oh, you don't need all the attack boosts and that. Then why do a video on the build that you have 3 attack 4s in your build? You get where I'm getting at now. You get where my problem is when it lies with mods and cheats. Manipulation is a thing. Coming off as a narcissist is a thing. Scam builds is a thing. And this proved everything. He might not go into it, but if you see, it shows your builds at the end. I'm really hoping he fucking does.
Else, everyone can think differently. Of course, you can say it's an unfair advantage, but of course, as I said, I do non-competitive runs. It's just content.
But as shown before, this isn't how Deva advertises his channel. He says he has legitimate world records, and nowhere has he ever publicly stated on any of his runs that the enemy's behavior has been modified.
Thank you! I just mentioned it. They don't do this, Carl. They don't do this because YouTube be on their ass. And Capcom too. Remember, was it a strike? Or was it a warning by someone on a channel? Because they used a certain mods? It was all over Monster Hunter. I can't remember the full story. You guys, if you know in the comments, you'll know what I'm talking about. I think it was a strike. I'm not sure what it was. Something like that. Look at this. 1 minute 44. Jesus Christ.
Real. In some of the comments...
Yeah, you go. Dude's game is so weird. I have this bug where the monster fights back. That's a casual! 800. It's a casual! Casuals are standing up for what's right. Because they want to learn Monster Hunter the hard way. And that's what I'm proud of all these years playing Monster Hunter World, Rise, and the classic versions without no cheats and mods. I am proud that I completed all that without no scams, no bullshit, nothing. I experienced the goofiest shit, and if I had the footage of me as the biggest fucking noob, you'll understand why I'm still the biggest noob, because I want to be a noob. I don't want to be a veteran, despite me getting what? 100 fatalities kills solo? I don't want to be a veteran. I don't want to be a goddamn good hunter. I just want to be a goofy ass, silly, bonkers, crazy hunter that people can look up to and say, he's having fucking fun with this. I want to join him. I want to join him. That's what I want to bring to the table. Goofiness. People are ruining Monster Hunter. And I may be getting a lot passionate, but fuck you if you don't like that. Get off the channel. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. You don't like what I say? Don't put a comment. Don't put a comment. Because I'm going to delete your ass. Because you're irrelevant. Your stupidness is causing the reputation for Monster Hunter to tarnish. Despite it, what's going on, and you go, well, we got all these players and all that, and okay, so let's divide them. How many people on that list don't cheat and mod? Take them all away, and you'll see a difference. You'll see a fucking difference. I guarantee you it. And there's gonna be these 30 to 40-year-old bitches moaning and groaning if Capcom say no to mod support. But I don't think they're gonna be doing that. But with this video, Capcom's gonna see it. YouTube are gonna see it. And you know what they're gonna say? You know what they're gonna decide? You know what? This video proves that how the Monster Hunter community's changing. Not for the better, for the worst. And we won't be making any money off this. So, you know what? Let's disable it. See how it goes and runs. And I guarantee you, you're going to have more casuals, more people learning. And these YouTubers are going to be restricted to beginner's guides. I want to see a beginner's guide without no cheats and mods. But all you see is PC people making these guidance, and then you see a 4-minute to 5-minute run.
Are pretty funny when you know that he modifies the game. Despite what Deva claims, no reasonable person would ever see these videos and think they were anything other than a legitimate speedrun. And beyond this, Deva is just straight up lying.
There's never a legitimate speedrun in Monster Hunter. Not in general, because there is legit speedrunners in general. But in Monster Hunter, I have not seen one that hasn't cheated. And I've said this, I've made multiple videos about this. I've said it in videos as well. And the gaslighting, the narcissist, oh my god, the sucking the soul life. The veteran telling you what to do. Let me tell you another game that's tarnished about this. Dauntless. Remember Dauntless, the game back in the day? I used to play a lot of that. And it used to be a board. There used to be a board of certain times and they tarnished it. They actually cheated. They got a cheat and passed it because it was an online game. And they were on these boards. And people couldn't get high enough to get a crown because you can get crowns. And I thought crowns would actually come in Monster Hunter. I'm hoping they still do. But the fact is that these people were always on the top of the board itself with 59 seconds, 2 minutes and that. And I would go into a trial, dawnless trial, and it would be 30 minutes. 30 minutes, 20 minutes. The highest I got was legit like 15 minutes and my hands were fucking hurting like shit. And I knew then they modded the whole system. And the fact is, the company behind that, look, I'm not bullshitting you here, they didn't award them with the crowns because they already had the crowns. So they were on the board for no reason, right? So why did they not remove them off the board? People couldn't get a chance to get the crowns in Dawnless because there was modders and cheaters piling up and they were all on the board. Not given the casual experience of the benefit of what it would be like to beat a Dawnless trial and get a crown. And it's exactly the same thing as this. It's exactly the same thing. It's going to have to stop. Even though you're still going to get those modders and cheaters come in now and again, it's going to have to cut down to size. It's going too far.
While the main Monster Hunter World speedrunning leaderboards are no longer updated, Deva did submit his runs to them in the past, and his runs, which were world records at the time, are confirmed to also be hacked because of impossible enemy behavior. What's also troubling is that according to Deva, many other players are doing the same thing, and he knows this because they asked him directly for the same software that allows him to do it.
And a lot of people use it. I won't mention any names, but...
You don't have to. I could mention them. I could. I've seen the same thing. I'm sorry, I know too much, and I've been told to shut up about it. I've been told to shut up about it in the past, years ago. And guess what? I'm not. I've spoke out. I chose then and there, and they said shut up about it. Just shut up about it. And I talked to my friend and he said, you shouldn't shut up about a damn fucking thing. They tried to bully to the fact that not to actually say it. I says, well, I'll bully them back by just the truth. And that's what I did. I may be a potty mouth and all this kind. I'm no snowflake. I'm just a real person on the internet. And I likes a good damn goofy hunt. You should see the videos I'm gonna put out of Monster Hunter Rise. There's a monster, legit, called Ballsack, which you'll probably know on my channel. He struck back. And my god, I've never seen him so fucking good. And I've got that video to go up. I got a spider. I got a spider. I hate spiders. But this spider monster in Rise is pretty intelligent. I'm not kidding. And it's one of the top 10 for me. You know. But the point I'm making is on this is I've carried on for what I've done. And I want to show an example to casuals, beginners and everything. How you don't have to worry about sweating, grinding, shit like that. I don't grind at games. I just play games for fun. And I succeed. It may take a lot more longer because life's too short. But I look at it a different way. Life's too short to be this sweaty, try to be the best in the world. And at the end of the day, what does it make you? A dick. I get people jealous of me because I beat the Black Dragon Fatalis solo, goofiness style. Didn't rage, nothing. Okay, I got a bit agitated because I needed to do the cutscene. But who doesn't? That's natural.
I cannot count with two hands how many people use THK editing for that.
There's too many. There's too many. But it doesn't justify the fact that they're using it too. So, he kind of snitching, aren't he? Isn't he kind of like snitching on them? Like so? Just saying.
Especially on Alatreon. Many of your friends, many runners that you know, and I have screenshots of many people that ask for it, but of course I won't out any of it.
Remember at the beginning of the video I described the Chinese speedrunner Badcat, who was dominating the game throughout the past year. This was actually one of Deva's friends, though it was a different impossible behavior that exposed him. During the fight Calf to Roth, the monster did a move right before dying called...
See, the one thing you notice is the cat's paws. You see the cat's paws in the background. That's a mod, because that mod has been out for fucking years. And when I was on PC, that was actually one of the mods they wanted me to put in. And I thought it was a good mod, because you see the little things if you have an eye problem and stuff like that. You know, in general, I didn't install that in. Fuck that. I said, no, I'll just take the pieces of candy. And they got triggered when I said that. If you must know, every time I pick up something, I go, oh, piece of candy. And that's why I say that. And I've always said that. From that day on, from that. So, yeah, I just wanted to mention that.
Max Punch. This move had never been seen during this particular phase of the fight by other speedrunners, so the monster's behavior was decompiled, and it was proven that this behavior was impossible. And against Alatreon, the monster performed the sweeping fire breath move when Badcat was standing relatively close. Usually this move is only performed when you're some distance away. At least that was the experience of all of the other speedrunners. And once again, after looking at the game's code, they found it was impossible for Alatreon to choose that particular attack when you're standing that close. On the 1st of May, Juzzy uploaded a video of these findings. Previously, Badcat was uploading a new world record every few days, but after Juzzy's video, he uploaded one last video with the title, including the tag TAS, indicating a tool-assisted speedrun, and he hasn't been seen since. Another friend of Deva was a speedrunner known as Retro. He claimed the fastest Alatreon kill using the hammer, and his run again involved ridiculous luck, meaning that no one else was even...
I'm going to tell you this now with the Alatreon. The highest I got in general, was 12 minutes. And that was a Pierce, Vitalis Pierce light bulb gun. I'm not kidding. I just went all out, hammer like Rambo, because it is a bad fight in some cases. Like so. And I said, you can do it too. You can do it too. And I showed the build on the stream one time. And they said, oh, gee, thanks. And they got back to us in messages saying oh, I got 13 minutes. I'm close to you. I says, I hope you beat it. You know, like so. And they were so close, 12 minutes and that. They said, I can't get past that time. And I said to them, because it's a legit build. And I explained to them. And they're like, I don't get it. I says, how do you not get it? And they said, I don't get it. Like, you're a proper person with builds and don't mod it? I says, yeah, that's right. And then from then, I grew this audience. And it wasn't big. It was just a few people there, on and off, since then. Like so. I don't have Discord anymore for a reason. I don't have a lot of social media for a reason. And because of the fantasy and this. It's not fun, it's not right, it's just damn right depressing.
And after this transition, after performing several attack combos, Alatreon normally jumps into the air and begins to fly. For melee weapons, this greatly limits their ability to do damage.
Yes.
However, in Retro's run, Alatreon never flew, not a single time. And this allowed Retro to continue doing...
And that is 70% of the speedrunners that mod and everything. I noticed this too. I mentioned it. I says, I said it on one of my streams, I says, have you noticed that these quick runs and stuff, you don't see it flying? In about 2 minutes, you see it flying in the sky with water and I have to, the best thing for that is when you do this, like, paw stump, I call it the paw stump, when they not rage, they do it twice. When they rage, they do it 3 times. When it's a 3-time situation, I try to do it. But normally, when it's twice, when it's not raged, that's the best thing to do. And it just goes, whee, back down onto the ground. Like so, but
maximum damage with the hammer. And once again, when this specific area of Alatreon's code was examined, it was confirmed that after 3 or 4 attack combos, Alatreon is programmed to always fly. And the fact that Alatreon didn't fly on Retro's run confirmed that he was modding his game. When he was exposed, Retro claimed that he was using a no-fly mod to make his casual play more fun.
But did he use a method of putting builds the end of his videos? Did he do that? Just saying.
And he accidentally left it on. It's important.
Accidentally! Oh, I accidentally left it on! No, he didn't accidentally left it on. Come on now, don't gaslight the situation.
To remember that a lot of the things that caught these runners out, these impossible monster behaviors, weren't intentional. It was an unintended side effect of modifying the probabilities of certain moves. But now that the impossible behavior has been identified, these modders will simply make their hacks more sophisticated, and these blemishes will be patched out. These are just several examples. Even more cheaters have been caught, and there are a lot of other speedrunners that also show these same telltale signs of being too lucky. If what Deva is saying is true, many more speedrunners are indeed using mods. And given that these...
I already knew this. I've known this for years. It's just got worse and worse, and then veterans are coming forward saying all this, telling me to shut up and stuff, and then they telling casuals, bullying casual people that want to learn Monster Hunter to get better at the game, and they do this. And then there's them Monster Hunter channels that basically talk about the cheating, and some of them just utterly bullshit. And the fact is, they'll defend the modding because they said the modding community is wonderful and great and that, and not look at the reality that how it's changed since then. I look at now the reality stuff. I look at that stuff. Videos may not be the brightest or greatest or whatever it is, or something that may give you an infection, because deep down, you don't see anybody like that. And you can't stand it. They'll probably say about my voice and that. Oh, but click off the video then. That's exactly why I speak up today, to bring those casuals back to enjoy Monster Hunter, that how the game is being made, if it's more shittier or more better. It's not up to the people to decide how to tamper in the game. I call it tampering, of course. And tell casuals and bully them and tell them, say, you need to get better. I say, I need to get better, hey? I'll show you the right way. Something that they would never do. And I did it on Rise, Sunbreak, and I did it with World and Iceborne. The other classical games, I was halfway through it, but life gets in the way. That's right, life gets in the way of me. And I still the same person. Learn from me. If you want to learn something from me. Life's too short to be a dick. But if you cross that line with me and be a dick, I'll be a dick back. Simple. Just how the way the cookie crumbles. I actually like saying that line. And yeah, people will find my voice annoying and stuff like that. Tough. Because I guarantee it, one day, Monster Hunter will get its reputation back. People reacted to a millionaire playing Monster Hunter. They did. For views. It's all about the views. It's all about the money. It's never about Monster Hunter anymore. Look up the channels. Not even the speedrunning channels. Look at the channels like, his and stuff like that. Money. That's all it is. As long as they get money for those views, it isn't. And I said, and I do this for a hobby. Because I do have a real job in the real world as well. People want Monster Hunter to do things that they want to do because they think they can control it. What I want Monster Hunter to do is help people like it helped me with my mental health and experience some glorious, wonderful times because I'm a passionate guy. And I hope one day we will get to that point. So I really do appreciate Carl making a video about this. And then I know you probably won't see this video. But Carl, thank you. From the deepest of my heart, thank you.
This never used to be such a widespread problem in Monster Hunter. It seems to have arisen within the last several years, and the reason is pretty logical. The Monster Hunter franchise has been around since 2004, but 2018 is when Monster Hunter World was released. This was an important entry to the franchise, because it was the first game to be released for the PC. PC is fantastic for the modding community, because so many tools already exist.
Oh my fucking god. See, that just makes me cringe. It makes me cringe so bad. It does. It does.
Modify games on console because there is the added barrier of needing to develop specific software just to read and write files. And
you should look at the one-shotters. If any out there, you have proof and regarding the one-shot situation, send it to this man. Send it to this man. This man is a beautiful golden mine when it comes to situations like this. I love this channel, and yeah, again, like I said, Carl has no idea by doing this video how much it means to me. From all over the years, it is. He's helped a lot with this video. I guarantee you it. To get the word out there. I really do appreciate it.
Then when it comes to speedrunning on a PC, these modding tools also make it so much easier to cheat. On a PC, it's usually really simple to download a program.
That's the program. Unfortunately, I want to react to a video about the dark side of mods. And I still might do that. I'm an open-minded book. Okay? mods and cheats, let's just say that now, has been around for years. Back in the day, Carl said it himself. He said it himself. It used to be a lot less. Now it's more. But there's channels out there that do Monster Hunter content saying, oh, the modern community is a beautiful place. No, it's not anymore. Then people should say, it used to be a beautiful place, but it's not because we have these problems. They just want to be having this positive all the time. And I say this again, it's not normal. It's like a fucking cult. It's not normal to be positive all the time. It's nice to just have a nice, good conversation, realistic conversation of, hey, this is a problem. It might not be my problem, but I see it as my problem. Do you know what I mean? And you don't see that in the Monster Hunter channels. You don't. As long as they getting their money and everything now, it has nothing to do with Monster Hunter. I do this for a hobby, but my God, I want the reputation to come back into Monster Hunter. And I don't care. People say, well, it hasn't gone because we have so many people playing the game. I don't go by the view count of people's games or how many's playing the game. That's for fake politician gamer journalists and stuff like that. Doesn't count for me. It counts about how the game represents today in this generation. And with Wilds coming out next year, this Carl's made a beautiful time to make this video. And I could not be happy. I can actually lay to rest some things because he mentioned some stuff in the video which I won't mention again. The fact that he mentioned it, that doesn't make me the only one that sees this.
That easily communicates with your game and changes the way it behaves. It's much harder to find software that could achieve these same goals on a console. So this recent epidemic of players cheating by modifying the game's AI is a result of the game being released on the PC. And sure enough, all of the players that are caught cheating in this way play on PC. Unfortunately, this new wave of cheaters have done irreparable damage to the Monster Hunter World speedrunning community. It's honestly impossible to know just how...
Let me tell you something now. If you divide the speedrunning community, I guarantee you, there won't be much left of it. There won't be much left of it. Because half of them mod and cheat the game. They do. Sorry, they do. If if there was anything to consider the change in general, is to look into a lot more. But I don't think there's more to look into. It could be, I don't know. But I'm going to say this now. I have nothing to hide with my Monster Hunter gameplay. My videos are out there. And you can tell how goofy and shit it is. And you can tell by the times as well. My times, I would say, between 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and 30 minutes. And that's nearly every hunt, no matter what build I have. And that's because it's a legit run. And that's why speedruns is always been and halfly modded with the AI situation. So, is this video gonna divide? Yeah. And I'm glad it is. I'm glad it is. I'm glad I'm not the only one seeing this.
There aren't any glaringly obvious errors like impossible enemy AI.
Yeah.
People will still continue to speedrun because they love the game, but they will always have to contend with other runners who modify the game and upload fake runs to YouTube. It's a sad situation all round, and especially for those dedicated runners that really do play the game.
What you should really feel sorry for is the casuals. I don't feel sorry for any of these speedrunners, because all of them, about 80% of them, is probably modded. And they put it up on YouTube. And the question I get always of a deflection question is, why does that bother you? I'm not bothering you. I'm not in your game. I'll tell you why it's bothering me. Thumbnails. It's been recommended to me. When I type in Monster Hunter, what should be coming up is builds, legit builds, not scammy builds. You know, it is. But these speedrunners put their builds. That's why I don't feel sorry for them. Because you don't do those times. That's probably why Capcom got rid of the timer as well. Best thing they ever did. Because in Wilds there's no timer. Best thing ever. I guarantee you. The enjoyment of speedrunning, fine. But put it on YouTube is the worst thing you can do. Because they put their builds, they show their builds, and we know that's not true. So it's a scam. Because you're not going to get the same time with the same build they shown on the screen. How do I know this? I've tested it. I got my friend to test these builds. Because he plays Monster Hunter World. And we played together. We've done it in Rise too. They don't work the same way. And yes, every hunt's supposed to be different. But their HUDs is customized and tampered. So it's not a legit speedrun. To me, it's not a legit speedrun. A legit speedrun is where you get the game, how it is, what it is, and you play it, and you speedrun that. Without no cheats, mods, anything. And then it shows up the timer. That's how I believe it should be.
Legitimately. Thanks for watching, you legends. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.
So, that thing needs to be cut short and down. Because this video isn't just explaining Deva. This isn't just explaining speedrunners. This video is explaining 90% of the Monster Hunter community on why I left. But still play Monster Hunter. This. I've been watching. How do you not know this? It's either you must have been so gaslighted by the fact, or just by the fact that the casual players don't know Monster Hunter at all. Like, that's the only really two things I see from it. I saw it a fucking mile away. I saw it a mile away. His Charge Blade videos go berserk. It's insanity. But the same builds don't work the same way. So let's check, see more most commonly used defenses. Feel free to add. I will not in the spreadsheet cheating speedrunner. As I'm aware, the mod was running in the background. That's hilarious. Simply did not think I don't know mod is necessary. Modding, I'll tell you something now. From my experience, modding today, UI, because I've had it in my comments when I do the Monster Hunter cast. I've got the videos up. They explain. They use it for UI. They use it to customize the monsters for fun and everything. That was back in the day. Which, to me, was fine. Because you're not affecting anybody. Speedrunners are affecting people. Going in public hunts is affecting people. And why is these top Monster Hunter channels? I wish I could mention names, but I'm not. Saying about this. Why are they not talking about this? Because they're doing it themselves. And they manipulating you. They manipulating you. They gaslighting you. And my God, it's just about money. They don't give a fuck about the Monster Hunter community. They don't care about that. They don't care about all the work goes into these games anymore. They just care about getting that money from your pockets. I know this. I can see this. There's one channel I watch of Monster Hunter. Now, why? Because they have fun. They have a giggle, they have a laugh. And you see in their comments as well. I know there's going to be some American out there saying, oh, he's putting too much emotion into this. No, I'm passionate about this damn game. Something that you will never fucking be. It helped with my life. And that was part of me. So don't tell me about my emotions and bullshittery and that. Got it? If I'm passionate about something, I'll go and achieve it without you. Because you'll be a sitting fucking duck. Got it? Good. Now, that's out the way. Using SNS. Yeah, like, I think that's one of the weapons that people cheat on because they know it's already high damage. Let me tell you something now. Without no cheats and mods and SOS, it's God. It's fucking God. It is a God. It's always been a God weapon. I guarantee you, I got through a lot of hunts with SNS. Trust me. And I'm a Lance main. Oh no, I triggered them certain people about that. Yeah, I'm a god at the Lance. And you know what else? You know what I was a god at? Without no cheats and mods? Hunting Horn. I was a Hunting Horn main. So you're like going, that's why you were attacked. Exactly. Because after all, Hunting Horn's supposed to be a defensive weapon, right? A support weapon. Oh, Hunting Horn is the god of sins. And the lance is too. And if you slip in a gun lance and a SNS, I guarantee you, they have their moments too. But no matter what weapon you choose, you shouldn't have to be judged by that. But I'm going to put something out here now to you that no other person has said on YouTube. It's not the weapon, it's the person using it, of their attitude. That's why long swords is not as bad as you think. It's just the dickheads who use it. Simple. I play with a lot of hunting horns, and the attitude of those was absolutely terrific. It was funny as shit. Which tune are you going to play today? I don't know. Which munch are we going to do? I don't know. I'm a hunting horn main, but I'm also a lance main. Guilty as charged. I love my weapons. That's why when I used the hunting horn, it said the things and the buttons to press. It learnt me to spell. It learnt me to read as well. It learnt me to speak because I had speech problems. See, that's what Monster Hunter did for me. That's what the hunting horn did for me. And I'm proud of doing it. And I used the lance because it was one of those weapons that people wanted to tarnish. But what you realise is lance and gun lance could probably be the deadliest weapon if it's executed beautifully. Holy shit. Holy shit. The perfect rush in S&S is beautiful, and it does over 200 to 300. Wow. But in them modded, I saw 500 to 600. No way that's going to happen like that, buddy. No way that's going to happen. But I can say, at the end of the day, modern went too far. And it shouldn't have. But I'm telling you this now as a prediction. This won't be the only person coming out with skeletons. Skeletons will come out on these other channels. You can look at my channel, it's nothing but goofiness and shit. Oh no, I've been exposed in 4K. Why? Because ballsack is exploding in my face. And that is some words I thought I wouldn't say in a Monster Hunter video. And I have. I have, okay? No shame in it. No shame in it. I am proud of being this goofy hunter and just being silly and stupid. Because I do get things done as well, if you see in my other videos. But I guarantee you this will not be the last video of this situation. Because this isn't the only person. Deva's not the only person. Now, they won't be probably mentioned in 6 weeks, some of them. But I know them. I just don't have the proof with me. That's why I don't talk about it very much. I don't. But I can say what I have seen. And if there's any videos out there what would prove it, I would show them it. And there is videos out there. But people will gaslight you and all this kind. It's about to change. And don't blame us. Blame the people who modded to ruin the game. Blame those people. We just want to play, to have some fun and enjoy new experiences. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be sued. Like I said, they've got names. And why would they sue? Just say this. Oh, you're gonna sue me? Just say it. Well, look at the builds. You're scamming people for builds. That's an empty threat to tell you to shut up. I've had it. I've literally had it. I've had it. I've had it, mate. I've had these top and literally say, oh, I'm going to sue you. Why? Because I'm slandering your name? Stop using these cheats and mods. And you know what they said with that? I'll use them whenever I want. I'll put builds out whatever I want, and people will buy into it. Yes, those words came out of their mouth. And I got a shock when I heard that. I said, you know what? You do your thing, I'll do mine. Because I knew one day things will catch up. And they will catch up if it takes years. So be it. But Dev is not going to be the only one. You're going to have a fresh slate new start of people in Monster Hunter. And it may not be as big as this. And that's because the mod community. But the mod community, half of them in there joined the mod community and ruined it for other people. And now the punishment is going to commence. You shouldn't have taken it too far, but you always do. You always take it too far. There's some beautiful mods out there that I wish was in the game. I do. But you know what? You have to ruin it and be a full-on narcissist. It's not cheating to play the game in a different way than everyone else to claim I'm better than by doing so. The games is being made for you to buy and just play. It always has been for me. It always has. Only like the PS2 days where you would get a cheats book with codes. Remember those days and stuff like that? And a disc to put into your drawer, you know. And you used to buy those magazines as well, you know. They're the good old days. And cheats were provided in the system because you could do that. You could do that. Now these days is, I'm entitled to change my game because I purchased the game. No. There's a thing called Gary's Mod. I love Gary's Mod, the game, back in the day. There's loads of customization mods in that, right? Nothing wrong with that. Because that game was made for a purpose to be made that way. Nothing wrong with that. But when you come to a Monster Hunter, it's a different game, different category altogether. You don't tame the monsters. In this game, you fight them with the most randomest shit, and that's what makes Monster Hunter one of the best games out there. But you're not going to get that if you tamper with the fucking shit. Game. Yeah. Thank you. This has happened for years. But he isn't the only channel. I'm sorry to tell you this, but he ain't the only channel. And them channels right now are shitting shitting a brick. They are shitting a brick and panicking because they think they're going to be next. Good. Let them be next. Good. Good riddance. Good riddance. Better and merrier. I'm not saying, oh, play the game how he wants to play it. If that was the case, everybody would be a goofy-ass hunting horn main. Oh, where's all the long swords at? I don't know. There's about 200,000 people with 200,000 hunting horns. Maybe more. These comments better be way too many. There's over 1,000 comments now. And it's just been 4 hours ago. Let this video cook. And I guarantee you this. It's not going to be a faint of hearted. Because in 6 weeks, if this scenario comes to light, everybody will be shitting bricks. Because he's not the only one. There's channels out there. There's channels out there. And them channels know. And I think you know deep down which channels is what. Guaranteed. So there you go, guys. What do you think of this video? You see something to the left. You see something to the right. Stay safe, stay happy, and stay everything. You'll see some videos. I don't know. Just me goofing around, I guess. Night.